Hi, everybody, especially to the pupils of my school, SMK King George V. So, welcome to another class with Madam Gan. I'm teaching English language, and today we're gonna learn about writing for SPM, which is the new format. And this lesson is actually suitable for the Form 4 and Form 5. So, can I see who is online? So, there are a few students here. Without any delay, let's start. So I'm going to share my screen, and then again I'm going to repeat that today we are going to learn writing SPM, which is the new format. So let's look at the format. For writing, first of all, writing is the second paper, and then we still use the same O code, which is 1119. So this is the O code for SPM paper. But now writing is paper 2 instead of paper 1. So this is the new format for all the papers. Here you have 4. Now paper 1 or 1119 stroke 1 is reading and the use of English. And then for the second paper, it is for writing, and the third paper is for speaking, and the fourth paper is for listening. Okay, if you look at the paper here, the summary of the content, so we have subjective and also both are subjective. So either they are limited response or open. So there are 3 parts to the paper. So you have part 1, 20 marks, part 2, 20 marks, and part 3, 20 marks. So altogether the total is 60. Now let's look at the paper itself. So this is the sample paper given by the Ministry of Education. So here part 1, we have 1 question, 20 marks. Part 2, 1 question, 20 marks. And part 3, there are 3 questions here. You have to answer 1 question, also 20 marks. Time is 1 hour 30 minutes. And again, the total is 60 marks. Now let's look at the sample paper. So this is the first part. In the first part, it is called short communicative message. And then remember, you must answer this question. There are various types of writing here. Students normally will have a misconception that it is only for an informal email. No. If you study the textbook given, especially for the Form 5, you will realize that in the reference pages towards the end of the textbook, you have 4 types. Okay, for short communicative message or messages. So you have formal email, formal letter, informal email, and also informal letter. So please remember, for short communicative message, you have 4 different types. Okay. So here, format can be an email or a letter. So it can be both formal or informal. So we call it guided because you have a question, and also you have some WH questions to answer. So the length, remember, you have to write in about 80 words. So again, the mark will be 20. So let's look at the question. You receive an email from your new friend Amy, who has just moved to your hometown. Okay, so you have here, hi, the school holiday is finally here. Let's go for a picnic with our friends. Where? So this is a question. Where shall we go? And what can we do there? Okay, so again, what should we bring? So these are the guided WH questions. Okay, now write an email to your friend in about 80 words. So remember, in about 80 words. Some of you ask whether you can exceed or write longer. So this is the space given to you. Okay, this is from the sample question paper. So this is the space. So definitely you have to try to write in about 80 words. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. The second part, you have to answer also. This is part 2. Okay, let's look at the format. So this is called guided writing. And then the format is appropriate format. So normally it's written there an essay. Okay, it is written as an essay. So let's look at the question. So the format is appropriate style. It is guided because you have WH questions, and then normally you have to provide reasons or you have to give suggestions or ideas. And then remember, the length is 125 to 150 words. So it's written here in an appropriate style. So marks again are 20. So the question, your class has been discussing how they spend their money and your teacher has asked you to write an essay about what you would spend your money on. In your essay, you should write about. So the first one, what you would like to buy. Number 2, reasons for your choice. Number 3, where do you usually buy these things? Okay, so write your essay. So the format written here is an essay. Remember, this is guided, and then you have to answer the WH questions and you have to provide reasons. So the last format, which is the last part, which is part 3. Part 3, it is called extended writing. Okay, part 3 is called extended writing. So here, the format, okay, you have a few. You have review, you have report, you have article, you have story. So there are 4 formats here or types. Okay, let's look at the summary of this format. So remember, review, report, article, story. And then you have to choose one only. Either question 3, question 4, question 3, question 4, or question 5. Okay, it is still guided. And then there are WH questions for you to answer. Here, the length will be 200 to 250 words. Okay, the marks 20. So question 3. You can see this notice on the board outside the school library. Articles wanted. My school canteen. What other types of food would you like to be served? So, what? First question, what type of food? Second, what special facilities would your canteen have? So again, what special facilities? The first one is food. The second is facilities. Number 3, how can you improve your canteen? So we have how. So these are WH questions. The format is written here. Write us an article. Okay, so again, it's repeated here. Write your article. And then for question 4, you recently saw this notice in the magazine. Sorry. So you have here reviews required. So the moment you see review, you know it is the format is a review. Have you watched any interesting movies lately? Send us your movie review. Say, okay, the first question, say what you enjoyed about the movie. Okay, number 2, would you recommend the movie to your friends and give reasons why? Okay, so here there are also reasons that you have to write. So the best reviews will be published in our newsletter. So here the format is a review. Okay, and the last question, your teacher has asked you to write a story for a school magazine. The story must have the title, A Dream Comes True. Your story should include the first one, a description of the dream. So you have to describe the dream. What is the dream? What is it about? Okay. And then how the dream is achieved. So these are also called guided contents. Okay, now the format is written here. Write your story. So again, for part 3, which is extended writing, you have four formats. The first one will be a review. Second is a report, article, or a story. So any three of these will be asked in part 3. So far, do you have any questions? You can write in the live chat there. If you have question, you can write in the live chat there. So this is the parts, the 3 parts in the question paper. Okay, let's continue. First of all, let's look at email or letter because this is for part 1. Okay. So far, I don't see any questions in the live chat there, so I'll continue. So again, short communicative messages is part 1. So there are 2 types. First is formal, or you can have also informal. So there are 2 types of messages, formal or informal. So both are the same. You can have formal letter, you can have formal email, or you can have informal letter or informal email. So there are 4 different types here. So formal letter, formal email, informal letter, or informal email. So here, these are the plan. They call it, if you look at your textbook, if you go through the reference towards the end of the book where you have the writing section, the reference for writing, you can see they call it the plan, not the format. But here I use the word format also, okay? So here we're going to look at the format or the plan for formal letter or formal email. First of all, remember you need to have your opening, which is your and also your salutation or your greeting. And then you need to have paragraph 1, which is the introduction. Paragraph 2 will be contents. Paragraph 3 contents. Paragraph 4 contents. You can write more if you want, okay? And the next paragraph is called the ending, which is paragraph 5. And then the last paragraph is closing. So here, first of all, we have paragraph 1. Okay, for formal letter or email, remember you have to greet first. Okay, so when you greet, it is a salutation or greeting. So you can use Dear Mr. Jones, Dear Mrs. Hanson, Dear Sir, Dear Madam, Dear Editor, and others. Okay, so this is the first paragraph. And then remember that you have to write also your introduction in the first paragraph. And then moving on to paragraph 2, 3, or 4, these are contents. So for your contents, remember that you have to state reason for your writing. For example, you have seen an article on advertisement in a newspaper, on television, or in a magazine. So you are writing the letter or email. Then you have to give opinion if it is relevant. For example, I have just read about your advertisement. Okay, or you can write, I've seen advertisement in, or you can write, I'm writing to apply for, and then you can also write other phrases or sentences. Remember that you have to expand your ideas and then support with reasons and give examples. So, for formal letter or email, remember that you have to use polite formal language. Okay? So if it's formal, remember you cannot use contractions. Okay, you're not supposed to use to. And then this is the guidance given in the textbook. Okay, you cannot use contractions. You need to avoid expressions or phrasal verbs. Okay, for example, could you tell me if? I would like to ask, no, I hope. Okay, so you try to avoid informal phrases or expressions. And then the last one, which is P5, end by summarizing your points or opinion. And then you can also make reference to the future or the fact that you would like a reply. So for example, I believe, if my suggestions are, I'm sure you agree, I look forward to hearing from you. So these are some examples. Remember, use formal language because this is formal letter or formal email. Remember, the last part will be to sign off. How you sign off? You have to write yours sincerely. Okay? Yours sincerely is used when you know the recipient. Recipient is the person who's going to receive your letter or email. So you have to write yours sincerely. Yours faithfully will be when you do not know the recipient or the person who's going to receive your letter or email. Okay, I repeat, there are two. How to sign off, yours sincerely or yours faithfully. Okay, so let's look at example. This is the first one. This is taken from the Form 4 textbook. So, what are the types of formal letter that can be asked? So there are four. First is job application. Okay, these are the questions that can come up in your SPM examination. Job application, inquiry, complaint, or suggestions. So there are four types of formal letters. They can ask you to write a letter to apply for a job, or to inquire about something, or to complain about something, or to give suggestions. Okay, so let's look at this is from your Form 4 textbook. A formal letter is written to someone you don't know personally, and it is usually of a business nature. Yes. Okay, note the layout below. So remember the layout. Okay, this page can be found in your Form 4 textbook, which is called Full Blast. Okay, any questions so far about the format? Anybody? Okay, let's continue. So remember, the first of all, you can write your name here, Ramesh Kumar, and then the address 61 Felda Sungai Merap 81900 Kota Tinggi, Johor. So this is the name of the sender and also the address of the sender. Okay, after that, make sure you draw a line and then you have the post or the position, jawatan, okay, of the person who's going to receive your letter. So this is the recipient. So here it is the personnel manager. Okay. And then normally you can see there are some commas missing. So my advice for you is to write all the commas. For example, Ramesh Kumar. So it is better for you to put a comma there. And then the personnel manager, put a comma. Waterstones Bookstore. So put a comma again. And then you have the address, Lot 21A, Plaza Angsana, Pusat Bandar Tampoi, 81200 Johor Bahru, Johor. So after Johor, you see Johor here, the same line with Johor, on the right side, you have to write the date. So you have the date. Okay, I repeat, the first one is the address of the sender. Second one is the position of the post. And then you have to have the address. Okay, now when you write 18 June 2000, for example, 21. So here, in the OSPM format, we used to tell students that you have to spell month using capital letter. But for the new format, you can write the rest with small letter. Only J is the uppercase or the capital letter. Okay. So this is the format. Address, post, address, and then the date. Okay, next you have the salutation. So remember, in English, it is compulsory to write dear. So you write dear sir, dear madam, dear editor if you're writing to a newspaper. So after that, you have the title. Title, job application. You can write all in uppercase or capital letters, or you can write J, capital or uppercase, and A. Okay? So you can write all, or you can choose the first letter of the word. Then, after this, you must write the first paragraph. Okay, look at the first paragraph. I'm writing to apply. So this is the purpose of the letter. You have to mention here why you're writing. So this is called the introduction. And then we have paragraph 2, 3, and 4. So these are called the body or the contents of the letter. So here you have to explain or elaborate the contents, or you have to answer the WH questions. Okay. Do you have to write number 2, 3, and 4? Yes. So look at the first paragraph. After the first paragraph, there is no number 1 there. So everything is aligned. So when you go down to number 2, you can write 2 dot and you can start your second paragraph. Okay, towards the end, remember that you can write your ending. So actually the fourth paragraph or the fifth paragraph can be your ending. So once you end, the last part you have to write is your conclusion. Okay, so after the conclusion, you can write your sign off. How to sign off? Signing off is on this side, the left side. So remember, it's either yours faithfully or yours sincerely. And then the signature is there, Ramesh Kumar, and then you must write your name all in uppercase, Ramesh Kumar in bracket. Okay, so your signature and your full name clearly written underneath. Okay, and you can also, there is a line here, you can see a blank. You can also write your post here. For example, you are the secretary, so you can write secretary. Or maybe you are the president of a club, you want to inquire about a visit to a factory. So you can write here, president of science club. So the last part can also, the blank part here can be the position of the writer or the post, jawatan. It can be secretary of the science club, president of the English Language Society. Okay. So are you clear with the format for formal letter? No questions. Okay, let's continue. If you have questions, you can write in the live chat there because I can see, I can use my handphone and then I can answer your questions. Okay, next. So here we have another sample, but this is, if you look at this, you know that it is an email, right? But this is a formal email, not informal. Okay, so this is, I repeat, a formal email. Okay, why is it formal? Let's look at this. So this is also taken from your textbook. So we have salutation. First of all, dear sir or madam. So the moment you see this, you know this email is formal. Okay. So P1 is paragraph 1. Don't forget that you have introduction and the purpose. So I'm writing to apply for the position of shop assistant as advertised on the website searchforward.com. So this is the purpose. You're writing to apply for the position or a job. Okay, and then before I forget that, for an email, you have the format of from and to. So make sure that you fill up these two blanks or these two boxes. And remember, you can write, for example, Erin Peters 72 at gmail.com to applications at memories.co.uk. Okay, so remember, you have to write the email. Okay, let's continue. Paragraph 1 will be the introduction. So done. I'm writing to apply. So finish. Okay, next. For paragraph 2 will be the content. You can introduce yourself. For example, I'm 18 years old and in my final year of school. I believe I'm suitable for this position because I have all the necessary qualifications. Okay, so this part or the second paragraph, you're introducing yourself, your age, your qualifications, your background, and so on. Okay, so where do you get all this? It depends on the question given. Okay, so I believe I'm suitable for this position because I have all the necessary qualifications. I'm able to use a computer well. Okay, these are the skills, and I'm quite fluent in Spanish. I'm also available to work during any day of the week, including weekends. Okay, if you notice paragraph 2, you can't see any contractions. Okay, because for formal email, you are not allowed to use contractions. Okay, please be careful. Then for paragraph 3, in addition, I have previous experience of working at a gift shop. I worked. So this may be paragraph 3 is about your working experiences. Okay, I worked full time for gifts for all between June and September last year. Furthermore, I consider myself to be trustworthy. So this is your characteristics. I'm always punctual and understand the importance of being helpful and and polite to customers. So here are the positive traits. You're punctual, you're trustworthy, you're helpful, okay, and you are polite. Okay, you can see here again in paragraph 3, no contractions. Okay, and no informal phrases or expressions. Then the last part, which is paragraph 4, the closing. Please remember that you have to write in about 80 words, okay, for the first part. Please contact me if you have any questions regarding my application. I am available, so you can't write I'm available, okay? So for example, I'll use a pen here. You cannot write I'm available, okay? So this is not allowed. So you have to write I'm available for an interview at your convenience. Okay, I look forward to hearing from you. So you can write later on the sign off. Okay, so yours faithfully, Erin Peters. Okay, so are we clear with the format for formal and informal letters and emails? Do I have questions? So far, I can see about 4 or 5 only watching online. It is okay. Don't be shy. You can ask questions. Okay, next. Yeah, okay. This is sign off. Okay, so remember the name of the sender must be there. Okay, next. This is another one. This is a letter. So this is also taken from your textbook. Dear. So dear is salutation or greeting. And then you have I'm writing to apply for the position of summer shop assistant, which I saw advertised recently on the internet. So what is this? This is letter of application or a letter applying for a job. Okay, just now was an email, but now we see a letter. Okay, remember, first paragraph is the introduction and the purpose. The purpose is I'm writing to apply for a position. Okay, then you introduce yourself, which is part 2. I am a 16-year-old student at Melway High School, specializing in languages for my final exams. I have certificates at immediate level in English and German, and I have also been learning Italian for the last year. So these are your skills, your abilities. Okay. At the weekends, I currently work as a cashier at a local supermarket. So your experience. Okay. Next, in my spare time, I organize a local club where we design and build our own model aeroplanes, which we fly in competitions. Painting is another of my hobbies, and 2 of my pictures were chosen for an art exhibition in London last year. So these are the contents. The contents are related to the questions given, okay? And then we have the ending. I would enjoy working full-time in your shop during the school holidays because I'm very interested in arts and craft. So these are the reasons why you are suitable for the job or position. My experience of shop work and my knowledge of languages would, I believe, be useful, especially with summer visitors from abroad. Okay, so you are talking about the plus point. So you have experience, you have knowledge about languages, so you are a good candidate for this position. Okay, so lastly, you have to write The closing, I look forward to. And then don't forget your sign off. Yours faithfully or yours sincerely. And the name of the sender, Jack Green. Okay, so this is taken from your textbook. So can you understand the format for formal and informal email and letter? Any comments or any questions? Remember that part 1, you have to write in about 80 words. Okay, so you cannot write too long. Okay, this is the last one. Okay, dear Mayor. So again, this is taken from your textbook. Salutation or greeting. Dear Mayor. Paragraph 1, the introduction. Remember to write details or your purpose. I have just read in the local newspaper that many of our vulnerable elderly citizens in the city's nursing home are depressed. So these are about the elderly citizens. They are depressed. I think this is a very sad situation, and I'm writing to ask that you urgently consider taking the following measures. So here, this is a letter not to apply for a job, okay, but to give suggestions, right? So first of all, the content, we go to paragraph 2, you have to elaborate. First of all, the city council should employ an entertainment organizer at home. So this is a letter giving suggestions. Small music concerts, book readings, and other events could be organized in order to stimulate the old people and hopefully make them smile. Okay? So you need to stimulate the old people so that they won't be depressed. They will feel happier and they will be more alert of their surroundings. Okay? So hopefully they will smile when you have the concert, when you have the book readings and other events. I'm sure you agree that laughter is often the best therapy. Okay, so that's a content for paragraph 2. And then remember, you have to use linkers, connectors like first of all, and then you have furthermore, you have finally. Okay, remember all these linking words. Okay, next. Furthermore, the council should organize outings. Outings will be trips where you go to visit places. Okay, if coach excursions to famous landmarks or trips to the countryside were arranged, it would enable the elderly to experience the outside world again instead of sitting inside all day. Okay, so another suggestion. And paragraph 4, the ending. Finally, with your agreement, my friends and I intend to arrange for volunteers to visit the home, perhaps once a week, so that the elderly have regular contact with other people. Okay, so this is the last suggestion. And then your conclusion will be, sorry, this is not paragraph 3, this is paragraph 5, okay? Closing, I look forward to seeing you put more ideas into action soon. Okay, to put ideas into action means to do something about the suggestions. Okay, and don't forget, sign off. Yours faithfully, comma, name of sender, Mary Clark. Okay, so this is another example of formal letter. So there are 4 types of formal letters. It can be letter of complaint or inquiry or suggestions or job application. Okay, let's look at how you greet. So these are some tips or sample sentences, sample phrases or paragraph that you can use. Okay, so for greeting, you can write. For formal greeting, you can say, Dear Sir, Dear Madam, Dear Mayor, Dear Mr. Rashid, Dear Miss Salma, Dear Mrs. Liao, Dear Editor. Okay, some of you will question, Teacher, do I need to put a dot here? Like Mr. Rashid, Dear Mr. Rashid, or Dear Miss Salma. Okay, if you look at the textbook, most of the time, the Mr. MR here, dot, the dot is not there. Okay, so we won't consider it as a mistake if you forget to put a dot there for Mr. So like this, like Mrs. Okay, the dot is there. But if you forget, it is not a mistake because most of the sample writing or the essays in the textbook, they do not have the dot here for Mr. or Miss and so on. Okay. Okay, paragraph 1. Remember that you have to write the reason for writing and state the source of information. And then also sometimes you need to write the purpose. Okay. Example. I have just read about your advertisement in the, okay, you can mention that. I have just seen an article, or I have just seen an advertisement, or I have just seen or read a story about. Okay, instead of writing seen, you can use read, I have just read, or I've just seen. Okay, the third example or sample phrase will be I'm writing to apply for, I'm writing to request, I'm writing to inform you, I'm writing to express my dissatisfaction with. So you need to remember these structures. Okay, the reason I'm writing is to apply for, or the reason I'm writing is to apologize for, or you can say I'm writing, the reason I'm writing is to complain about. So these are some suggestions on how you can write the sentences. Okay. Next, for paragraph 4, 2, 3, and 4. So remember they are contents. So please expand your ideas and provide examples. Avoid phrasal verbs, avoid expressions, and avoid contractions. Remember, this is for formal writing. Okay, you can use. Remember, don't forget all the sequence connectors and linkers. So remember to use first of all, firstly, secondly, next, in addition, furthermore, moreover, besides. Okay, be careful with besides. Don't write that. Okay, you are not supposed to write that. So it's only besides. Okay. And then another example would be I would like to ask, I would like to know, I was wondering, could you tell me if? Okay. So if they are too informal, you have to rewrite your sentence. Okay. Next, for paragraph. Okay, do I have questions? No questions. Okay. So for paragraph 5, this is the ending. So remember, you have to sum up the main points, and then you have to make reference to future or fact you would like to, that you would like a reply. Okay, in the letter or the email, you must say that you would like a reply from the recipient. Okay, for example, my suggestions are, if my suggestions are put into action, I hope, okay, you can act on my suggestions. I'm certain, I'm sure you agree that, or I believe you will. Okay, I look forward to hearing from you as soon as possible. I look forward to your reply. So you can remember or memorize some of these phrases. Okay. Next, for the closing, again, use formal phrase to end. Remember, formal phrase to end. And then don't forget to sign off. So sign off will be yours sincerely when you know the name of the recipient, and yours faithfully when you don't know the recipient. Okay? Okay, next. We have informal letter and email. Again, here you have the opening, you have paragraph 1, the introduction, you have paragraph 2, contents, paragraph 3, content, paragraph 4, content, paragraph 5, ending, and paragraph 6, closing. Okay? So here, you can write the greeting. Dear Mr. John, dear Mrs. Hanson, dear sir, dear madam, or you can write, if it's friend, you can write dear Lily, dear Alan, dear friend, okay? So number two, you have to state the reason. Okay, for example, if it's you can talk about, if it's informal, you can also state the reason, or you can relate it to what your friend has written. Okay, for example, here state the reason. You can write, for example, I read your letter or I read your email yesterday. Okay, so you have to write, so this is the wrong one, you have to use informal language. Okay, so here will be not formal but informal language. Okay, so here will be informal language. So for informal language, you can use contractions. Okay, so there is a bit of error here. You can use contraction, expression, and phrasal verbs. For example, you can use, can you tell me? Okay, I would like to know. Okay, I hope that. Okay, so you can write all this. Okay, remember the second part where you have the reason. Okay, you can, because this is a formal, so this is the wrong one. You can write, you refer. I, for example, you can say, I read. Okay, I read, or I received your email. Okay, you can say, I read or I received your email yesterday. Okay, so I read your email or I received your email yesterday. So this is more informal. But if the person is a teacher, you still need to write like Mr. Jones, or if it's, then you can get informal letter or email from your parents. Okay, so you can write dear dad, okay, or dear mom, or dear sister, okay, from your brother or your sister. Okay, next. Then you have to, same thing, after the paragraph where you have the contents, paragraph 2, 3, and 4, then you have to have paragraph 5, which is the closing. You still have to summarize your points or your opinion. Okay? And next, let's look at the example. So first of all, let's look at the informal email format. Okay, I'll use the highlighter here. So it is usually sent to a friend, a relative, or acquaintance. Okay? Acquaintance is somebody that you know. It can be a relative, your cousin, your nephew, or your niece. Okay, here, don't forget again, Elaine728 at yahoo.com, Karen341 at freenet.com. Subject, birthday party. So remember to write to, from, and if they give you the subject. Okay, so this is also taken from the Form 4 textbook. Okay, let's look at the first part. Again, greeting, dear Elaine. Okay, then you continue with your paragraphing. Write in block paragraph, leaving a blank line in between the paragraph. So if you look at most of the sample essays in the textbook, you don't have the paragraphing. Normally, paragraphing is using a block paragraph where you leave a blank line in between the paragraph. Okay, this is how they write the new format. So if, for example, when you write, normally we'll leave a few spaces and then we start writing, right? So you can use the old format or the new format. Okay, so sign off. Hope to see you soon. So you can write this as your ending. And then you can write Karen. Okay, so this is the format for informal letter or email. Okay, let's look at the letter. An informal letter is a formal letter, usually it's a personal letter, so it's personal. Okay, it's usually written to a friend, a relative, or an acquaintance. Okay, note the layout below. So this is also in your Form 4 textbook. Okay, so you have Anang Dalan, the name is there, and then you have the address, Lot 201, Jalan Tapang, 93250, Kuching, Sarawak. Then you have the date, 18 June 2020. Okay, so remember the name, the address, and the date. Okay, name, address, and the date. And then you will start your salutation or greeting. So, dear Khadija. And then let's look at the paragraphing. So you have paragraph 1, paragraph 2, and paragraph 3. So you have indent paragraph here. Okay, you can use indent, but just now in the email, you have to use block paragraph. You see here? So everything is the same line here. Okay, this is called block paragraphs. But here, for the informal letter, you can use the indent paragraph. Indent means there is a spacing here, you see? Okay, I use another color. So you can see here, right? There is spacing here, right? So this is called indent paragraph. Okay. Then after this, you have your introduction. Then you have your content 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3. And then don't forget to sign off. Okay, how to sign off? You can write love, Anang. Okay, you can sign off with love, best wishes, or you can even write you can even just write bye, B-Y-E, bye. Okay. And then don't forget it's written here. You have to have a comma here. Okay. Don't forget the comma. And followed by your name. Okay. Next, let's look at the next example. Salutation, hello Mark. All these are taken from your textbook. Okay. Salutation, greeting, hello Mark. Paragraph 1, introduction and details and purpose. How are things? Okay. I haven't heard from you for ages. Anyway, I've got some great news. Okay. There are some instructions or comments that you're supposed to jump into the question and answer straight away. No, you still need to have a simple introduction. Okay. So be careful with this. You don't jump and into your writing and write or answer the first question in the rubrics or in the instructions. Okay, you have to write a simple introduction like how are things? I haven't heard from you for ages. Anyway, I've got some great news. Okay, next. Paragraph 2. As you know, I've been nagging my parents to get me a laptop for a long time. Well, guess what? They are getting me one for my birthday, which, by the way, is in 2 days. Isn't that incredible news? I won't need to use my dad's ancient computer anymore, and I'll be able to organize all my music files and films. So you can see here there are contractions. You can see others like I'll be able, okay? So you can use contractions for informal email or informal letter. Okay, next. Here's some more exciting news. So you have here's, okay, contraction. I'm having a party on Saturday. Would you like to come? You know, we haven't seen you since you changed school. So haven't. And it'll be a good opportunity to see your old friends. What do you think? Okay, so you have questions. So these are informal, as though you are communicating or talking to your friend. What do you think? Would you like to come? Okay, so these are informal phrases. Well, that's all for now. So you use contraction, that's all. Okay, that's. Write back with all your news. I hope you can make it to my party. So you can sign off by writing yours, Simon. Okay, so remember ending. You need to write an ending. Well, that's all for now. Then you can write bye. Okay, and then sign off yours and then name of sender Simon. Okay, next another letter. Dear Mark. So this is called salutation or greeting. Guess what? Okay, so this is the introduction paragraph. My parents and I are staying at the resort in your country this summer. That means I'll be able to get together with you and some of the others who were here on the language course last year. I'm so excited. So you see the word I'll. Okay. Next, paragraph 2, the content. will be there during the month of August. So I was thinking of paying you a visit on the second weekend in August. Would that be convenient for you? I plan to arrive by train sometime on Friday afternoon, and I was wondering if you could recommend a good hostel somewhere near the station. So I don't want to be too much of a nuisance. Okay, so don't contraction. So we could get together anytime at any place that is best for you. Just tell me how to get there from the station and I'll find it. Okay, so you see all these contractions. Okay, these are all the points. You can separate that into maybe paragraph 2, paragraph 3, and paragraph 4. Okay, ending. You probably remember that I'm really into photography. I really love to get some good shoes of nature spots. Okay, shots. Okay, I would really love to get some good shots of nature spots. So shots will be the pictures that you take using a camera. Okay, so you want to see the spots or the places of historical interest. While I'm there too, what do you suggest? Okay, so this is the ending. And then the closing, well, got to go now. So you can see here, this is informal. Well, got to go now. Can't wait to hear from you. Okay, so sign off, yours. And then name of sender, Andrew. Okay, so this is how you answer for section or part 1 of your exam. Okay, so again, we are looking at all the paragraphing, including greeting and sign off. So remember, this is for informal. Okay, informal email or informal letter. So you can write hi, hello, or dear. And then paragraph 1, remember you can thank for the letter or email that your friend or your sister or others sent to you. And then the purpose of your writing and share some good news. Okay, remember you still need to write introduction. You cannot immediately in paragraph 1 write or answer the questions in the rubrics. Okay, that is not the correct style. Okay, how to know this? You can refer to your textbook for the writing reference. Okay, so for paragraph 1 you can write, because some students are questioning whether you should cancel all this. There's no need for you to write how are you, I hope you and your family are well. You have to write this. Okay, so how are you, how's it going, I hope you and your family are well. Thanks for your email or letter. Your news sounds great. Okay, or your news sound interesting. It was great to hear your news. I'm writing to, I think I told you that. And the last example will be, and that's the reason I'm writing. Okay, so remember, you can thank your friend or your maybe your sister for his or her letter or email. Then you can write the purpose of writing the email or letter, and then you can also share some good news. Or you can start the letter with, hi sister, guess what? I just won a competition last week. Okay, so that is also an introduction. Okay, let's continue. For paragraph 2, 3, and 4, the other contents. Remember to use friendly or informal language. Then don't forget to expand your ideas and provide examples or reason. Where are these from? They are from the questions. Okay, so these are some of the phrases. I would love to. It would be great if we could. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I can't. Why don't we? Shall we? Let's. The best thing to do is, if I were you, I would. First of all, remember to use the connectors, the sequence connectors, and so on. First of all, firstly, first, as for, and use all the conjunctions and connectors. Besides, apart from that. Okay. Next, the ending. Any questions so far? No questions. Okay. Ending. So how to write the ending? Okay, remember to make reference to the future or the fact that you would like a reply. I hope you will reply soon. Okay, or comment You can write your wish or your hope. Okay. I hope, for example, if your friend mentioned about a competition, you can say, I hope you will win. Or for example, your friend mentioned about a trip. So you can say, I hope you enjoy yourself there. Okay, you can write examples here. Some are phrases, some are sentences. Okay, don't worry too much. Okay, you can write this. Everything will be okay soon. It won't last forever. I can't wait to, okay, I can't wait to get your reply. I'm looking forward to. Let me know if. Don't forget to. I hope my advice has helped. Let me know what happens. Okay, because sometimes your friend can ask for advice or ask for suggestions. Okay, let me know what happens. I hope everything goes well. So these are some ways, phrases, or sentences you can use in your ending. Okay, and now we're going to move to the next one, which is the closing. Remember, use informal phrase to end and then sign off. Okay, you can write, example, the shortest will be bye. Second, you can write bye for now. See you soon. Take care. Keep in touch. Write soon. Okay, so you can sign off. Don't forget signing off. Signing off is just bye, and then you can write your name. Okay, so we have finished the first part. So this is the second part. And then we'll continue with the third part in next week's live streaming lesson. Okay, so the last part today will be the essay. Remember, essay is in part 2. Okay, part 2. Remember, there must be a title. You have to have the introduction paragraph. Paragraph 1, paragraph 2 content, paragraph 3 content, paragraph 4 will be the conclusion. Okay, so paragraph 1, you have to introduce the topic or give your opinion. Okay, a general opinion. For example, you can write, many people say, some people believe, nowadays, or I think, or I believe that. So this can be the introduction paragraph. Okay. Then you have paragraph 2 and paragraph 3. You can expand the given notes and provide arguments to support your opinion. So expand the given notes. If there are no notes, because you are guided with the WH questions. So you have to answer the WH questions like who, what, where, how, okay, or why. So remember, you have to support and then you have to elaborate. So start each paragraph with a topic sentence. The main reason for, these are examples, okay? Another reason is, or you can write in addition. So expand the notes. Okay, then paragraph 4. Paragraph 4 is a conclusion. So end where you sum up the content or you can restate your opinion. For example, you can write, in my opinion, as far as I'm concerned, or to sum up. Okay, let's look at all this in details in the other slides. So here is an example also from your textbook. Okay, so this is an essay. Paragraph 1, introduction, topic of the essay, or your general opinion. Okay. The media is often full of stories about footballers and other sports stars. Readers are told how much money they earn and even details of their love lives. I think this is wrong. So you said here, this is opinion. Sports celebrities should be allowed to keep their personal lives private. Okay, so this is your opinion. Okay, in paragraph 2, remember for second paragraph, you're supposed to write in about 150 words. Okay, paragraph 2 content. In the first place, so you see here, the topic sentence. Okay, then you have all the connectors and linkers like moreover, however, all in all. Okay, this is the ending. You can write all in all. Okay, so let's look at the second paragraph. In the first place, sports personalities have as much right to privacy as anyone else. If journalists followed ordinary people around, taking photographs of them and reporting embarrassing facts about their everyday lives, they would be stopped. Okay? Then you can continue. Moreover, it is not fair that sports stars' families and friends should have to put up with so much attention. It can damage friendships and destroy relationships. Okay, so these are your reasons and elaborations. And then continue. So you have paragraph 2, paragraph 3, and then you can continue with paragraph 4, paragraph 5. So it depends on you how you expand. But paragraph 1 is always introduction, and the last paragraph is always the conclusion. In between here, you can have paragraph 2, paragraph 3, paragraph 4, 5 is up to you. But remember, it is only about 150 words. Okay, let's look at the third paragraph. Okay, or the fourth paragraph. This is fourth. However, I also believe that sports celebrities have a responsibility to set a good example to their young fans. If they take drugs or break the law, for instance, then readers should be told. Okay, this is about the freedom of the press. Okay, whether they should write everything about famous people. Okay, conclusion. Sum up or restate your opinion. All in all, sports stars have enough pressure on them when they are playing and competing in public. They shouldn't have to put up with it in their private lives as well. Okay, so the question is, should you use contractions here? So you can see contractions, right? Okay, here you are allowed because there is no fixed format. Okay, is this just written there? Write an essay. Okay, are we clear about this? Now another example. This is also from your textbook. So P1, paragraph 1, introduction, write about the topic or your opinion. Many people who pirate music from the internet think they are loyal music fans. However, I believe that what they are doing is bad for music and musicians. Okay, so they pirate the music, means they steal the music. Okay, so this is your opinion. I believe that what they are doing is bad for music and musicians. Okay, remember, you can write the topic. So the topic is about pirate music from the internet. Okay, opinion, it is wrong. Okay, so second paragraph, which is the content. In the first place, you can see here the word first is used. Okay, so these are the topic sentence. In the first place, downloading music without paying is wrong because it means that musicians do not get properly paid for their work. This is unfair as they might have spent many months writing and recording it. So if you notice the paragraphing here, there is no indent. Can you see here? Many, in, moreover, in addition. Okay, so you can write block paragraphs or you can choose to write indent paragraph. Okay, so both are accepted now. Okay, next let's look at content for paragraph 3. Moreover, if people really value music, then they should pay for it. If it is wrong to steal CDs from shops, then it is just as wrong to steal from the internet. Okay? And then you have in addition. Although some people say they are helping musicians to become famous by sharing illegal downloads with friends, this is not the case. There is no need to download because they can send their friends links to music they have discovered. So this is the conclusion. So you can restate your opinion. You can say that no, this is wrong, you shouldn't do this. Okay? Remember, 150 words. Don't get carried away by writing maybe 300 or 400 words. Okay? Okay, now let's go to the paragraphs. So remember, introduce topic, give opinion. So this is the first paragraph, which is the introduction paragraph. Okay, you can write example. These are some of the phrases. Many people say, some people believe, young people say, nowadays, I think that, I believe that, my opinion is that, it's my opinion. Okay, it's my opinion that. So you can write your opinions here. Next, we have paragraph 2, 3, 4, or it's up to you, okay? But you shouldn't extend until 5 or 6 because remember, only about 150 words. So paragraph 2, 3, and 4 are contents. Okay, use the notes provided or use the WH questions, the guided questions. Okay, give arguments or opinions. And remember, expand. Expand is elaborate ideas. And if possible, you can give some examples. Okay, so now let's look at the phrases. The main reason for, the advantages of is that, the most important reason is, another reason is, and then remember to use your connectors and linkers. Firstly, first of all, however, in addition, moreover, furthermore, on the other hand, and then lastly or finally. Okay, paragraph 5, which is the conclusion. And properly and restate. Restate is to re-mention or to rewrite. Okay, you can sum up your opinion. You can write example. In my opinion, okay, I agree that, or in my opinion, it is wrong to, okay, as far as I'm concerned. Or you can use all in all, to sum up, in short, or on the whole. Okay, so you can use this example. Not example, sorry, the phrases. Okay, like in short. So in short means you are summing up. Okay. Okay, notes. These are written also in your textbook before you start writing. Make sure you understand why you're writing. Are you writing to ask and give opinion? Or are you writing to complain about something? Or are you making suggestions? Or applying for a job? Okay? Or apologizing? Okay? So this is important. Note down any ideas you have. Okay? Once you read, for example, you see the WH, what, who, how. So you note down the ideas. Okay? Write them on the paper itself. And then make sure that you cover all the notes. Cover means you have to use all the notes. And then make sure you have a plan or you use the correct format. Okay? So once you have finished writing, when you have finished writing, remember, ask yourself, have you followed the plan or the format? Is it the correct format? Is it an essay? Is it an informal letter? Or is it an informal email? And then ask yourself, have you answered the question in the task? Always go back to the task or the instructions or the rubric and then make sure that you answer all the questions. Okay? So that's all. I think I've covered everything. We spent 1 hour today. So thank you. Okay, and then remember, do subscribe to my channel. So I will stop sharing. Okay. Am I back here? Yes, I'm back. Okay. Okay, thank you to the students and the pupils who attended this lesson today. So any comments? Do I have comments? No comments. Okay, never mind. Okay, hopefully it was a good sharing. You have benefited and learned how to write. So remember, just now we did only part 1 and part 2. So next week, see you. Hopefully I'll see you for part 3. Okay. Bye-bye. Thank you for coming today. See you again in the next lesson.